When President Trump visited with Queen Elizabeth Friday, he became the 12th Commander-in-Chief to meet Britain's longest-serving monarch.
And Princess Elizabeth makes her first appearance in the States.
The Queen's first presidential encounter actually took place 67 years earlier, when she was still a princess.
Very great pleasure for me, as the President of the United States, to welcome you to...
In 1951, she and her husband, Prince Philip, hosted Harry S. Truman for a formal dinner at the Canadian Embassy in Washington. Queen Elizabeth's first visit with a president after her coronation was with Dwight Eisenhower. 2 years later came her first state dinner for a president, welcoming John F. Kennedy and First Lady Jackie to a lavish affair at Buckingham Palace. That's also where Richard Nixon met Her Majesty in 1969. But it was back across the Atlantic in 1976 that President Gerald Ford swept Her Royal Highness off her feet, literally, when the two danced together during a White House state dinner celebrating the American bicentennial.
Very nice to see you again.
Ronald Reagan, a particular favorite of the Queen, met her on 4 different occasions. The two, who bonded over their mutual love of horses, famously rode together in 1982 at Windsor Castle. Reagan described that as one of the most fun moments of his presidency.
The Reagans, it was a really warm friendship. I mean, once when the Queen was in California with the royal yacht, it was the Reagans' wedding anniversary, and she invited them around for a special wedding anniversary dinner, and they all ended up around the piano singing. I mean, those are very special moments that don't happen with a lot of world leaders.
George H.W. Bush gave the British monarch a taste of America's pastime, inviting the royal couple to catch a baseball game in 1991. The Queen fit right in. Bill Clinton and George W. Bush both met the Queen several times during their presidencies, but of course, with all the protocol involved, faux pas are bound to occur. When the Queen hosted Jimmy Carter for a state dinner at Buckingham Palace, the 39th president raised eyebrows when instead of a bow, he kissed the Queen Mother right on the lips.
To Her Majesty, the Queen, for the vitality of the special relationship
and
between our
in a
peoples,
toast to the Queen,
and
President Obama
words of
kept
Shakespeare
right on talking,
to this blessed
even after
plot,
the band had started
earth,
playing the British national
realm,
anthem.
this England, to the Queen.
Yeah, that's a faux pas. But what a history! Right? The only president not to meet with the Queen during that time, LBJ. They did correspond, but they never actually met.
Kiss on the lips from Carter.
Wow.